Welcome back, Kris from Bear Country Outdoors. Today we have the Gen 1 versus the Gen 2 of the Leupold VX-6HD 4-24 by 52. Now, what does that mean? The 4-24 is the magnification, the 4 being the bottom end, 24 being the top end of the magnification, the 52 is the millimeter of the objective there. So it's a very sleek, sexy, high-powered package, meaning some of these have a 56 millimeter bell or bigger. These also have both of them have a 34 millimeter main tube, a lot of light gathering, excellent coatings on both of these scopes. They've upgraded the coatings to help with dust and water, finger smudges from me rubbing my thumb on the front lens. It's incredibly tough to scratch them. I don't know what they put on the front of these things, but it's works very, very well. So similarities, they're both going to have a 34 millimeter main tube. They're both going to have that 52 millimeter bell. They're both going to be that same power range. They still come with these flip up aluminum covers. I think these are some of the nicest ones money can buy, no matter what kind of scope you run. They're super, super nice. It's a push forward on the front one, and it's a push button, same thing, pushing forward on the back. One of the biggest differences, what I'm most excited about, is running a gun shop. I take a lot of guns to the range. I shoot a lot of guns, and you have to adjust a lot of turrets, especially when you're setting zero for your customers. So the new turret system that they have is toolless, meaning this tiny, tiny little Allen key that comes with the Gen 1s, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you lose these, and you will, and you forget it, and you need to change and or adjust your zero, you can't do it without this tiny little Allen wrench. So with these, with the Gen 2s, there's a little button here, and you just press it in, and you flip it over, and even someone with banana hands can do it just like me, and your turret comes off. And now I can reset my turret after I've adjusted it. And when you go to the range and you shoot your gun, you have, with this zero lock system, you can adjust up, but you can't adjust down. It won't go past that zero stop. So what do you do when you need to adjust it down? You have to get your Allen wrench out, which you forgot, and now you need to pull your turret off so you can adjust it. So having this toolless system is incredibly beneficial. Even if you don't shoot long range, when you travel, unless you hunt from your house, if you ever put your gun in the truck and it bounces around or something happens and you need to adjust your zero, this is key. This is a really big thing. And something that I just found out from my good friend over at Leupold there, they have decided to give you 2 free turrets with their CDS system. So their CDS stands for Custom Dial System. So long range is all the rage. So if you want a turret, instead of these are MOA, so minutes of angle, instead of these 2, 4, 6, 8, you can get yardages. So you can get 2 free turrets for your hunting area. Say you go hunt Winthrop with the rest of the Orange Army here in Washington, or you say you're going to go to Alaska on a hunt, they'll send you 2 free turrets, and which you can swap out super easy now because you can just pop this off, slap your new one on, and you're good to go. So that's my favorite feature of these by far. Something else that they've changed, which I really like, I'm a big Mark V guy as well, so their Mark series has more of like a competition style, very accurate adjustment for your elevation and your windage. Now they've incorporated it into the new Gen 2s along with their throw lever. So having a throw lever is great. If you've never hunted in negative 25 degrees in Montana or Wyoming, it gets really, really cold. Some of these can get really, really stiff if you have big gloves on. You need to have a throw lever, something to push against to change the magnification on your scope. And on the Gen 1s, they have a throw lever like this right here, which is much longer and sticks out farther, which is fine. But the problem with that is, I'll set this Gen 2 down. The problem with it is when you have this mounted on your gun and you have her cranked all the way over to 24 powers, which I always typically shoot on, and you shoot and you yank your shot, which I've obviously never done, but it could happen, and you go to jack that empty case out, your bolt and or your hand will hit that throw lever because it sticks out so far. So having that shorter throw lever is going to help you cycle your bolt, get that second shot in faster. Again, incredible low light performance. They've changed the parallax cover on the side of these a little bit. So right here where your battery goes in, the Gen 1 and Gen 2s both have lighted reticles, but I shoot a TMOA reticle. It's a fantastic reticle Leupold has. Having it be lighted and having the leveling feature in there, meaning when you shoot period, your reticles should always be perfectly level. So if it's off more than 1 degree, that lighted reticle will blink and it'll tell you that you need to adjust your gun. So maybe you're on a hillside or you're candid, maybe you had too much pie and your face is fatter and it's pushing against your gun. Whatever you did, you shoulder your gun, the reticle blinks, and you can adjust and make that adjustment for that shot, whether it be short or long. It's a really beneficial feature. It's a lot better than running a level, in my personal opinion. That way you don't ever have to, change your cheek weld and move your head off the gun. Really, really good upgrades to these scopes. I'm like I said, that turret is a huge deal. Them giving you 2 free CDS dials is a big deal as well. I like the throw lever. Lots of good stuff. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can shoot us a message here at Bear Country, or you can go to leupold.com and order yourself one today.